All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Kwitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so today what I want to do is go into this book. All right, it is called Everything You Need to Know But Have Never Been Told. All right, by a man named David Icke. Now, this man, he has written about 20 books. All right, 20 books or more. All right, and what he goes into is the satanic Illuminati elite Edomite banking families, man. All right, he goes into how they create all the wars, and their agenda, their new world order agenda for complete control. All right, he goes into the microchip and all of that, man. And that's what I want to get into today in this lesson. All right, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, the mark of the beast is for certain. All right, and for surety. All right, the RFID microchip, man. All right, these false prophets, all right, will tell you that the mark of the beast is not the RFID microchip. Even amongst Israel, you have some Israelite camps that will tell you that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, man. Which the mark of the beast is indeed the RFID microchip, man. All right, for certainty, we tell you this, man. All right, the prophets of Great Millstone, the Israelites of Great Millstone, and the ones that teach in like manner. All right, because, I read the back cover of this book. All right, let me show you the back cover real quick. All right, let me zoom in. All right, because this man, he's known as a conspiracy theorist, quote unquote conspiracy theorist. All right. And, as the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, we know what conspiracies are true and which ones aren't. Because, this man's a little far out as well. All right, because he believes in, the reptilians and all of that, which we know the reptilians are not real, man. All right, the Lord didn't create reptilian beings, man. Shape-shifting beings. All right, but he does speak a lot of truth. He talks about the new world order, the microchips, the wars, how they create the wars, they control the media and all of that, which all that is true, man. All right, so I was reading the back cover. It says David Icke has been warning for nearly 30 years of a coming global Orwellian state, all right, in which a tiny few would enslave humanity through control of finance, government, media, and a military police Gestapo overseeing 24/7 surveillance of a microchipped population. And that's true. All right. That's the agenda of the elites. All right. To microchip this entire earth. All right. To have complete control over them. To enslave, all right, this earth, all right, under their technology, which is the MOTB, the microchip, man. The mark of the beast, man. All right. So let's get into this book, man. I found where he was talking about the MOTB. All right, because again, you have people outside of this Israelite ministry that know what's going on. They know that the MOTB is. They know that the microchip is coming. They know the agenda and the plan of the elites, and we have been telling you, man. All right, we have been prophesying unto you what the mark of the beast is, and that it's coming, man. The true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, the Israelites of Great Millstone, and the ones that teach in like manner, man. All right, we've been telling you this is coming, man. But we've been giving you the whole truth, because you got people that understand and know what's going on. All right, outside of this Israelite minute, they understand that the elites have an agenda, but we give you whole truth. All right, 100% truth. All right, we tell you who Esau Edom is. We tell you who the devil is. All right, who this man is, the man of sin is. We tell you who the true Israelites are. We tell you everything, man. All right, the upcoming prophecies, the mark of the beast, the time of Jacob's trouble, the famines, All right, we tell you that, this time that's getting ready to come upon this earth is a time that this world has never seen before. We're telling you about the destruction of America. All right, World War III. We're telling you the breakdowns, the true breakdowns of these prophecies. Ezekiel 38. All right, Ezekiel 39. Revelation 18. All right. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Jeremiah 49. All the chapters that talk about America's destruction. Because these people that outside of the truth, these so-called conspiracy theorists, they know what's going on a little bit, all right, but they don't really know what's going on for real. We could break it down, man, tell you why things are the way they are. All right, why Israel's going through what they're going through. All right, when I say Israel, I'm talking about the true Israelites. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. Why they're in the condition they're in, As the true prophets and the servants of the Lord, we have all the answers, man. And I say that humbly and hopefully, man. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. I am one of the Lord's true chosen prophets. We are of the elect, man. But we know we got the truth, man. We know we got the 100% truth, man. All right? We know we got the 100% true doctrine, man. The Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. All right? But anyway, let's get into this, man. All right? So this is on page 980. All right? Page 980. All right? In this book known as, let's get it again, Everything You Need to Know But Have Never Been Told, all right, by David Icke. All right, so let's get into this book, all right, page 980. As you see, it says a picture right here, one step from the microchip. Yeah, every move is one step closer to the MOTB, man. All right, they always talking about digital ID this, digital ID that. They be talking about wearables, But anyway, it's so easy to see that the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is the microchip, man. All right, these false prophets will tell you that the mark of the beast is a spiritual thing. No, the mark of the beast is an actual physical, tangible thing that the elites want to implant under your skin, man. All right, that's the true breakdown. All right, it says stage 2. So let me zoom in real quick so you can see better. All right, stage 2. All right, it says stage 2 of this, because he was breaking it down. It says stage 2 of this totalitarian tiptoe involves wearables. All right, did not RFK Jr. speak about wearables not too long ago? All right, talking about within 4 years, by 2030, all right, I see people wearing wearables, and we know what that's going into, the MOTB, man. All right, RFK just announced this, man, talking about wearables. All right, so it says stage 2 of this totalitarian tiptoe involves wearables, all right, which people have on their bodies, all right, and only one step from inside. All right, these are Bluetooth devices, Apple Watches, Google Glass, and such like. They include electronic tattoos, which are nothing more than microchips on the skin. And there is even a circuitry stitched into clothes to give you a better cell phone signal. All right, wearable technology is being exploited, all right, in conjunction with mobile phones and physiological signals accessed, all right, by algorithms to monitor the emotional state of couples and both monitor and change behavior. All right, parent-child relationships are the next in line, we are told. All right, wearables are now well advanced, and we are moving incessantly, all right, into stage 3, implantables, all right, which is the RFID microchip, all right. Implantables inside the body, which have been the plan from the start. Yeah, all right, that's the plan of the elite. All right, it's written in the scriptures, man. All right, it's prophecy, man. All right, Revelation 13 and 16 through 18. The mark of the beast. That has been the plan of the elites from the start. They're playing along, all along, man. We know about this because the Lord warned us, man. All right, and the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are warning the elect, man. We're warning y'all, man. All right. It says, because we know the elect is going to only, take heed to these words. But we're warning y'all, man, about this prophet. We're letting you know what the mark of the beast is. Because, you got these Christian pastors, all right, these fake prophets, all right. They can't even tell you what the mark of the beast is, man. No, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, the great millstone and the ones that teach in like manner, all right, the scriptures say we have a sure word of prophecy. All right, we can tell you what things are and what they aren't, man. We can tell you what it is and what it isn't, man. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. All right. It says these include pills being activated, all right, in the body, and their use recorded by microchips, which is a tiptoe to compulsory psychological medication monitored in the same way and featured in dystopian movies such as Equilibrium. Yeah, because that's what's coming, a dystopian society. All right, Esau Edom about to come with those draconian laws, man. All right, it says naivety, all right, and ignorance, all right, of so many people is childlike. Ooh, all right, and that's true, bro, because people don't know what the hell is going on, bro. Fucking stupid as hell, man, these people, man. Especially these wacky-tacky Christians. They stupid as hell, man. Not knowing what the hell is going on, man. But the scripture says, the blind lead the blind, they shall both fall into a ditch. And that's these wacky-tacky Christians, right? These Christians are following their pastors, man. They have no idea what the hell is going on. Not warning them about nothing, all right? They don't have the truth of the scriptures, of the Bible, It says Associated Press reported how workers at a center in Stockholm, Sweden, gleefully accepted an offer to be microchipped so they can function as swipe cards. All right. Ooh, all right. So they can pay, man. All right. And that's what's going to come. It's going to be eventually made mandatory under the punishment of death. All right. Like Apostle John seen. He's seen the ones that were beheaded for the ones that did not take the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. All right. So let's read. It says Associated Press reported how workers at a center in Stockholm, Sweden, gleefully, all right, accepted an offer. All right, yeah, happily and willingly lined up to take the MOTB like dumbasses, man. All right, gleefully accepted to offer to be microchipped so they can function as swipe cards. All right, open doors, operate printers, and buy smoothies with a wave of the hand. All right. They even have parties where employees are chipped. Yeah, they got chipping parties. Like dumbass. Oh, man. All right. The biggest benefit, I think, is convenience. All right. And that's how they going to get the people. Convenience. All right, because when the RFID microchip is ushered in and made mandatory, they're gonna try to make it sound convenient as possible. Oh, your medical records is gonna be on there. Your ID records is gonna be on there. Your money is gonna be on there. You're never gonna be able to lose money again. Because it's not physical. It's all gonna be on that the chip, man. We can know where your whereabouts. It's gonna be a GPS. We can know. If you ever get kidnapped, they're gonna try to make it convenient so you can line up and take it like dumbasses, man. All right, convenience, said Patrick Mesterton. All right, co-founder and CEO of Epic Center. All right, as he opened a door with a swish of the hand. All right, lazy bastard. All right. This is in this in, intellectual giant continues. All right, people have been implanting things into their bodies like pacemakers and stuff to control their heart. That's a way more serious thing than having a small chip that can actually communicate with devices. All right, yeah, okay, all right. Bless him. All right, Sandra Hagaloff, 25, a worker at Epic Center. All right, is quoted as saying, as she was chipped. Of course, you're gonna say some dumb shit like that. All right, it says, I want to be a part of the future. Oh, you are, Sandra, you are. All right, it says an estimated 20,000 Swedes are now chipped, and Swedish rail operator SJ Rail is introducing chips to pay fares. All right, Britain is planning something similar using face recognition. Yeah, all right. You just had the UK. All right, they just made digital ID cards mandatory, man. All right, they just made digital ID chips cards mandatory, man. And without that, you won't be able to work. See, it's exactly how it's going to be like when the chip is made mandatory and ushered in, man. Come on, man. It says an estimated 20,000 Swedes are now chipped, and Swedish rail operator SJ Rail is introducing chips to pay fares. Britain is planning something similar using face recognition, and we see that, man. All right, Sweden is indeed a forerunner and a laboratory, all right, for the brave new world, all right, in so many ways, with its small population, making it far easier to transform and monitor and observe the effects. Microchipping of employees and others under various pretexts is growing all the time as the Hunger Games Society beckons and allows 24/7 tracking, all right, and hacking of the chips. Dumbasses, all right? We should keep in mind that even microchips and devices you can see are still low level compared with what's happening covertly with smart dust. All right, each step in the technological tiptoe is being sold, all right, and widely perceived, all right, as the next great technological breakthrough when it is merely the next stage in humanity's technological prison, all right, and that's exactly that plan of the elites, man. All right, the term cell phone is so perfect, all right. Yeah, all right, cells like you like behind bars, man. All right, the term cell phone is so perfect. It says watch two for microchipping to be promoted as a way to overcome security queue. All right, delays at airports to public events, bro. Come on, bro. I just did a video on this, man. Come on, because the article just came out because they got this they got these fake ass guises, man. These fake ass excuses. All right, reasons why they call for a digital ID, man. They got these fake ass excuses and disguises why they're calling for digital IDs, man. For immigration and because of these to track for immigration and for to make it safer online and all that stuff, man. Come on, man. And they was going into this to make it faster. Matter of fact, let me go on my YouTube channel real quick. I just did a video on it, man. All right. All right. Where I did it. Yeah. All right. EU. All right. To fully enforce digital IDs on Americans. Yeah, because they're calling. I forgot they were talking about to make it faster. So things at the airport could move faster. stuff like that. And that's what I'm reading right here, man. You know. So it says, watch 2 for microchipping to be promoted as a way to overcome security queue delays at airports and public events. All right. Long and invasive searches overseen by armed police, which followed the deadly attack at a concert venue in Manchester. All right, are the way things are meant to be from now on. All right, what an opportunity to microchip people on the promise of swifter entry and passage. All right, those security checks, if your chip can be read technologically, all right, in the way they increasingly do with passports at airports, at airport immigration ports. All right, the more holdups they generate at airports, train stations, and so on, the more will accept the chip to bypass them. All right. Aldous Huxley, all right, who died in 1963, knew that addiction to technology would eventually happen, and that's exactly what you see, bro. But bro, people can't even stop looking at their phones, man. All right, so people will always, people that line up for the chip, they just gonna think it's just one step closer to advancement in technology. Oh yeah, this is toward an advancement to society. That's how they gonna think, and they gonna be like, yeah, better for the world, and that's how, bro, they dumb as hell out here. All right, it says people will come to love their oppression. All right, to adore the technologies. All right, that undo their captivities to think. All right. All right, it says psychological programming is well underway to convince people, all right, that under the skin, all right, and inside the brain, microchips are a great thing. All right, and that's how people are going to think, man. All right, it says interactive DARPA inspired AI devices such as Amazon's Echo, Alexa, Google's Assistant, Microsoft's Cortana, and Apple's Siri are preparing people, all right, psychologically for the fusion with AI. All right, among Amazon's selling features of Echo are answers questions, read audiobooks, reports news, traffic and weather, provides sports scores, all right, and schedules, and more using the Alexa voice service. Control lights, yeah, you see all this. Controls light switches, thermostats, and more with compatible connected devices, and always getting smarter. All right, Alexa updates through the cloud automatically and is continually learning. All right, adding new features and skills. Yeah, and they listen to your voice through Alexa too. All right, they hear and know what's going on through Alexa. All right, the computer program, all right, behind this technology is called a chatbot and designed to mimic how a human would communicate. But a Facebook report revealed that chatbots had developed their own AI machine language and learned negotiating techniques that included feigning interest in something valueless, which is later conceded in a fake compromise. All right, this was described as a mind-boggling sign of what is to come. All right, see Archontic AI. All right, Facebook, all right, were reported to have stopped the experiment. All right, when the new AI language emerged. All right, and as you see, chip right here, implantables. All right, I would emphasize that I am not against technology in and of itself. All right. See right here, it says, gotcha. All right. And that's how the elites are going to come. Gotcha. Got them. All right. And what's funny is that they think that they really going to think they're going to get away with this plan, because the Lord is going to have it so, have it to where it's so close, right in the grasp of their hands, their grip, and the Lord is just going to yank it from them. They're going to think, we got it, we did it, we done it. We got everyone, the whole world under our control. All right, and the Lord's going to crack that sky. All right, the scriptures say that, man. All right, as they're feeding their mouth, or as they're feeding their bellies. I think that's in the book of Job. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. All right, it says as there. I forget how it goes. I know it's in the book of Job too. So let me just type Job. Yeah. All right. Job 20 and 23. Yeah, because this whole chapter talking about the wicked Esau, Edom. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, God the Most High Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah. So while the New World Order is in his grasp and his grip, right when they think they're about to, their plan is fulfilled, the Lord is gonna let them, get that fake ass joy, and then just gonna yank it from them. All right. Yank it from Esau, Edom, starting with the elites, man. All right. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Yahweh shall cast. It says God right here. It said, but I say the Most High God. All right. Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right. Come on, man. All right. Let me see what the next page is talking about. All right. It says, I am against addiction to it, dependence on it, control by it, constant surveillance by it, attached via AI to it. All right, attachment via AI to it, and the use of highly dangerous microwave frequencies. All right, to communicate through it, and with it. If technology was created for human benefit, none of these things would be happening. But it's not. The benefit go to those or that which control it. All right. Ultimately, our quantum intelligence or AI. All right. And then it talks about Elon's Musk, SpaceX. All right, starting to go into something different. All right, because Elon got the Neuralink. Elon got the Neuralink, and when you type in Neuralink in the Greek gematria, all right, it adds up to 666. All right, it adds up to 666, man. All right, so I just leave it at that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rattazah, this lesson, is and was edifying, man. All right, so I'll leave it at that, man. Call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. All right, shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so with that being said, until the next one, shalom.